प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु राम कृष्ण तुम आओ, प्रभु राम कृष्ण तुम आओ। देह के इस देवालय में, देह के इस देवालय में आसन अपना लगाओ। प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ। सुजन पालक दुर्जन तारक संशय नाशक आओ। जीव गतिदायक गुरु रूप धारक राम कृष्ण प्रभु आओ। सुजन पालक दुर्जन तारक संशय नाशक आओ। जीव गतिदायक गुरु रूप धारक राम कृष्ण प्रभु आओ। देह के इस देवालय में, देह के इस देवालय में आसन अपना लगाओ। प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु राम कृष्ण तुम आओ, प्रभु राम कृष्ण तुम आओ। देह के इस देवालय में, देह के इस देवालय में आसन अपना लगाओ। प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ। अद्भुत साधक शक्ति उपासक सर्ववेद गत आओ। मुक्ति प्रदायक भव भय हारक राम कृष्ण प्रभु आओ। अद्भुत साधक शक्ति उपासक सर्ववेद गत आओ। मुक्ति प्रदायक भव भय हारक राम कृष्ण प्रभु आओ। देह के इस देवालय में, देह के इस देवालय में आसन अपना लगाओ। प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु राम कृष्ण तुम आओ, प्रभु राम कृष्ण तुम आओ। देह के इस देवालय में, देह के इस देवालय में आसन अपना लगाओ। प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ। त्रिभुवन व्यापक ब्रह्म समागत कल्प नियामक आओ। भक्तराज प्रभु नर रूप धारक राम कृष्ण तुम आओ। त्रिभुवन व्यापक ब्रह्म समागत कल्प नियामक आओ। भक्तराज प्रभु नर रूप धारक राम कृष्ण तुम आओ। देह के इस देवालय में, देह के इस देवालय में आसन अपना लगाओ। प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ। प्रभु राम कृष्ण तुम आओ। प्रभु राम कृष्ण तुम आओ। देह के इस देवालय में, देह के इस देवालय में आसन अपना लगाओ। प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ। प्रभु राम कृष्ण तुम आओ। प्रभु राम कृष्ण तुम आओ। देह के इस देवालय में, देह के इस देवालय में आसन अपना लगाओ। प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ।
स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। यथाग्निर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिया सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां प्राणशारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अनेकजन्मसम्प्राप्त कर्मबन्धविदाहिने आत्मज्ञानप्रदानेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मन्नाथ श्रीजगन्नाथो मद्गुरुः श्रीजगद्गुरुः ममात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ। Let us spend few minutes in silence and meditation. Please sit straight wherever you are and close your eyes. I will recite Ramakrishna Dhyana Shloka. All of you can listen, repeat also. With full concentration, ekagrata, devotion, bhakti and faith, shraddha on Sri Ramakrishna. Hridaya kamala madhye, repeat. Hridaya kamala madhye rajitam nirvikalpam sadasada kila bheda atitam ekasvarupam prakriti vikriti shunyam nityamanandamurtim vimalaparamahamsam Ramakrishnam bhajamaha. Vimalaparamahamsam Ramakrishnam bhajamaha. Let us meditate on the divine blissful form of Sri Ramakrishna in our heart. Hridaya Kamala. Think of a lotus of 12 petals in the center of your chest. In the center is seated the divine blissful form, Sri Ramakrishna, who is Vimala, without any stain, and he is the great swan, Paramahamsa. He is beyond all modifications, Prakriti Vikriti Shunyam, and is always of that blissful form, joyful form, Nitya Ananda Murti. On such a Ramakrishna, we meditate, we worship, and we sing his name. Continue. Nirupamamati sukshmam nishprapancham niriham gagana sadrishamisham sarvabhutadhivasam triguna rahita satchid brahmarupam varenyam vimala paramahamsam Ramakrishnam bhajamaha. Vimala paramahamsam Ramakrishnam bhajamaha. Let us meditate on Sri Ramakrishna in the center of our heart, who is seated on a beautiful lotus of 12 petals, who resides in the mind and heart of every being, Sarva Bhutadhivasam. That Ramakrishna who is Vimala, without any stain, and who is Paramahamsa, Avatara Varishtha. On such a Ramakrishna we meditate. Continue. Vitaritum avatirnam Gnana Bhakti Prashanti Pranaya Galita Chittam Jiva Dukha Sahishnum Dhruta Sahaja Samadhim Chinmayam Komalangam Vimala Paramahamsam Ramakrishnam bhajamaha. Vimala Paramahamsam Ramakrishnam bhajamaha. Let us meditate on Sri Ramakrishna, the Vimala Paramahamsa, in the center of our heart. Who blesses everybody with Gnana, Bhakti and peace and Prashantata. Let us recite his divine name few times with full concentration, devotion and faith. Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. 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 Om Namo Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya. Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. Mrutyorma Mrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Harihi Om. Harihi Om. Let us offer our salutations to the all-pervading blissful spirit in the form of Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharada and Swami Vivekananda. Let us offer our salutations to all great teachers, all great saints in the whole world, teachers and saints whose teachings we all have inherited. May they inspire us with love for the truth. Let us offer our salutations to entire nature, within and without, known and unknown, in the entire universe. Hari Om. Namaste to all of you. And from today we are going to start a new series of discourses, weekly class on Sunday. So this year 2022 is very important for all of us in the country, in the Mutt and Mission. So we are on the threshold of 76th Independence Day, 15th August tomorrow, on the stroke of the midnight hour. We may tryst with destiny. When the whole world sleeps, India awake or awoke to sleep, awake to action, to fulfillment, 15th August 1947. 75 years we are spending, or we have lived in this country. Next 25 years is going to be very, very important. And Ramakrishna Mutt, Ramakrishna movement all over the world will have to play a very important role in nation building, spiritual contribution to the society. So the devotees, the youth, the householders, the working people need to awake, not just coming here and going. On your shoulders lies a big responsibility. Do not expect always the monks to do everything and people come and eat prasadam and go. You have to take up the higher responsibilities apart from your family responsibilities. There has to be some sacrifice, there has to be some give and take. Paraspara bhavayanta shreyah paramavapsita, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. By mutual collaboration, mutual cooperation, mutual understanding, paraspara bhava, Shreyah Param, the greatest benefit will be there for humanity. Swami Virajananda ji himself asks, who was the disciple of Holy Mother and trained by Swami Vivekananda, what have you done to Sri Ramakrishna? What have you done to his movement? You may be in any village, you may be in any town, you may be in the capital, you may be in New York, you may be in Boston. But as devotees, as participants in this Mahayagna initiated by Sri Ramakrishna in the modern times, in the 19th century, and we are in the 21st century. So everybody is stakeholder. Everybody has to participate, from a child to the oldest man. 2022, we know 75 years of independence. Amrita Mahotsav is going on. From tomorrow, 76th year will start. Great celebrations in every village, every town, every government institution, and in Ramakrishna Math Mission. How many of you know it? We are monks, but we are also participating in this national movement. Every day we are getting news from small centers in Bengal or Karnataka or in Andhra or in Haryana or in Delhi, everywhere. Far East, Arunachal Pradesh. There is flag hoisting going on. Amrita Mahotsav is going on. Nrityam, Sangeetam, everything is going on with the school children. In hospitals it is going on. In deep villages of Kerala it is going on. Why we should do it? In what way we are connected with the freedom movement? All of you should know it. Those who are online should know it. Directly is Ramakrishna Mission involved in the freedom movement. First through Sri Ramakrishna himself, who revived the entire spirit of Adhyatmikata in this country, which was in a very low state, which was in a confused state. And sitting in that small room in Dakshineshwar, he revived the entire Vedic period. Amayantu brahmacharina swaha, damayantu brahmacharina swaha, shamayantu brahmacharina swaha. That was the call of the great sages in the Taittiriya Upanishad. They are inviting the brahmacharis, brahmacharinis, ladies also, to come and gain that knowledge which they have got through meditation and deep sadhana, deep tapas. Amayantu, amantrana, invitation was given, come from all directions, come from all directions. Those who are pure, pramayantu. Those who have got self-control, damayantu. Those who have got mind control, shamayantu, damayantu, pramayantu. Come and learn, come and learn, come and learn. That call was revived by Sri Ramakrishna in 19th century. After his tapas, after his realizations, he could not sit quiet in one place. He goes at 6 o'clock in the evening to the bungalow of Mathurnath Bishwas opposite his room and turns towards Calcutta and says, "Oh men, oh young people, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? My lips are burning talking about worldliness, talking to worldly people. Please come, I want to share my joy with you." See the connection of Veda to Ramakrishna. And that is how all these direct disciples came at the age of 16, 17, 18, 19, first year, second year, third year of degree. And Sri Ramakrishna trained them, refined them, purified them, blessed them, made them powerful ambassadors of this great Sanatana Dharma. He did not go through any particular book, Dharma Shastra, Artha Shastra, Yoga Shastra. No, everything was on his lips. Everything was in his realization. And then Mother Sharada. In what way we are connected with Ramakrishna movement? Go back to Mother Sharada's power, Shakti. As Sri Aurobindo says, whose birthday is 150 years tomorrow, India is not the earth, India is not the buildings, India is Shakti, Shakti, Shakti. And each one of you who are born in this Bharatavarsha is Shakti Amsha. In you is Shakti, your DNA is Shakti. India is full of Shakti. But we don't recognize that India now outside. It is like the Saraswati river, hidden inside but giving energy to the entire earth. Mahashakti. So Mother Sharada was there, who gave a call, who gave a push to the freedom movement in Jairambati. Those who go deep inside will understand Mother's silent work but active, powerful work. One day she is seeing, she heard from her house, from her room, Mother Sharada. 2 ladies are being dragged by the police in the village. 2 ladies who are pregnant. People are shouting, nobody is helping them. And this lady, Mahashakti, was quiet, was always with a veil. She came out and saw this miserable condition of two ladies being dragged and all the men in the village simply staring and afraid of the police. Who was whispering to this one assistants, who never raised her voice, but that day what Shakti she got. She removed the veil and shouted, "Are there no men in the village to protect your own mothers, to protect your own women? They are being dragged and you are seeing quietly." And then she made a wonderful prediction, very inspiring. What did she say? Has Queen Victoria lost her brain? See, who is asking? Mother Sharada. Has Queen Victoria lost her brain sitting there? Did she give permission to touch the women of India? Mother Sharada. And she told, if she has given permission, the time of the British has come. They have to leave. That was the Shakti which she used. So all her disciples were revolutionaries. They were fighting against the British. They were coming in the night and sitting, taking roti and dal from mother. Morning they are going and fighting against the British. In Kolkata, in Jairambati, in Kamarpukur, in Midnapur. Swami Nikhilananda was a revolutionary. Swami Abhayananda, Bharat Maharaj was a revolutionary. So many people. Prakashananda. You read their lives, you will understand who they were. They were burning with that fiery power of Swamiji. But they were devoted to the mother. That's why the British officers saw all these fellows are getting inspiration from somewhere. They made a survey. Who is the kingpin? Who is their leader? We are suppressing somewhere, another place it is coming. Whole Calcutta was burning with that freedom movement. Then they found the root cause of everything is Swami Vivekananda. He is the real gang leader. Arrest him. Finish him off. Police Commissioner of Calcutta. By the time Swamiji had already left the body, 1902, July 4th, and this happened 1915-16 after Gandhiji's coming. When the Mother Sharada came to know that the Police Commissioner of Calcutta has given orders to arrest Vivekananda, she went to the picture of Sri Ramakrishna in her room and cried and prayed, "I am happy that Naren went away early. What these fellows would have done to him, my heart of a mother would not bear." Mother Sharada says, "I am happy that this Naren went away early. Otherwise I would not have tolerated." But what happened? Swamiji entered into the spirit of India. He entered into the blood of India, into the Bharatavarsha, Bharatadesha. Nobody could stop that. And then the books of Swami Vivekananda were burned in the streets of Kolkata. But what could they do? Swamiji's spirit is in the very heart of these revolutionaries. From Mahatma Gandhi till the youngest, who gave them that courage? Who gave them that national fervor? The lectures of Swami Vivekananda. So we have to read Swamiji properly, not quotation of a page or what is put outside on the compound wall. That is nothing. That can just give you one small taste on your tongue, but that is not sufficient. You have to go deep into Swamiji, into the lectures of Swamiji, which are 125 years. Which are 125 years till today, 1897. Swamiji's lectures in India, for Indians, for all of you, for all of us. Make it your food, make it your vitamin, make it your diet. The story of Alexander, the story of real nature of a man, the Gnana Yoga lectures. They were all read in the jails of Alipur in Calcutta. One revolutionary was too powerful for the British. So the judge, High Court judge said, this fellow will be hanged within 15 days. They took the weight of his body 50 kilo or 55 kilo. They took a weight and noted so that the rope will be made accordingly. And this man refused to eat. He said, I will take only water. So 15 days tapas he did in the jails of Alipur. What did he do? He started reading Vivekananda's lectures. He started reading loudly so that other prisoners, other revolutionaries also will get to know, will listen to that. That was permitted. They did not know that this will create so much of fire in the British, in the minds of the Indians. He started reading loudly. That was their bhojanam. That was their aharam. That was their prana shakti. Swamiji, Swamiji, Swamiji. And after 15 days, believe it or not, again the body weight was taken. Man who did not eat for 15 days, drinking only water, his body weight increased by 3 kilos by reading Vivekananda's teachings. Look at the power of Swamiji. They were astonished. This fellow is starving, but his weight is increasing. He said, Atma Balam is more powerful than Bahubalam. And each one took the rope as a mala, as a garland of Mother Bharat, and sacrificed their life, which you are enjoying today. So background is that Ramakrishna mission. Just deep inside that fire power of Swamiji and Indian freedom movement. So when we are observing this, you should go back to the Rig Veda. What does it say about an organization? About Sangha Shakti. Sangachadvam sambadadvam sambo manam sijanatam deva bhagam yatha purve sanjanana upasate. Rigveda, the sages are broadcasting what is Sangha, what is unity, what is harmony. What does it say? May you move in harmony. May you speak in one voice. Let your minds be in agreement, just as the ancient gods shared their portion of sacrifice. Samano mantra samitis samani samanam manas saha chittamesham samanam mantram abhimantrayeva samane navo havisha juhomi. May our purpose be the same. May we all be of one mind. In order of such unity to form, I offer a common prayer. Samani va akote samana hridayani vaha samanamastu vo mano yatha vasu sahasati. Om shanti shanti shanti. May our intentions and aspirations be alike, so that a common objective unifies us all. Sangha, Sangha, Samana, Sangha, Samana. This is the Rigvedic vision of an organization, of unity, of harmony. Based on this, Swami Vivekananda starts or lays the foundation of Ramakrishna mission. So 2022, Amrita Mahotsav, 2022, 125 years of Vivekananda's lectures, Colombo to Almora. 2022, 125 years of Ramakrishna mission. And we are all in a threshold of the next 25 years. Very important period for India. If we don't take care of the next 25 years, it boomerangs in every way. It hits us back. Mother India will not be happy. We have to be very, very alert. Every day is a day of resurgent India. Amar Bharat. Again and again people tell, it is not 26th August, it is not 15th August, it is every day we have to be stakeholders and rebuild the nation based on Swamiji's ideas. In the family, outside the family, in the playground, in the library, in the college or in the Maidan, we have to do that. We have to fulfill the vision of Swamiji. This is Ramakrishna mission. Vivekananda's vision and fulfillment, paripurnata, Duradrashti, farsight and foresight. In the process, we all will elevate to higher levels of consciousness. That's why Atmano Moksha Jagathita, Swamiji gave us the call, mission statement. Atmano Mokshartham Jagathitaya cha. Liberation of oneself, moksha of oneself, and service of the society. What is inside will come outside. Swamiji was like that. He roused that very call. Come out of your narrow holes. See the nations on the march. Lot of work is there next 25 years when the centenary of Indian independence is celebrated. So we have to understand what we are passing through. Three Indias are there at present. One is the political India, which is bombarded through the media and through newspaper. Only politics, only politics, only politics. Our identification has become politics. Very sad, very unfortunate that even the educated people are falling into the trap, and the innocent people have become bali, sacrificing their personal life for the sake of a party, which depends upon selfishness, which just depends upon some social, welfare, not a permanent welfare. Political party. And there is another identity, the culture of India. The music, the arts, the paintings, the dance. Then the spiritual India. But all of us have to go back a little. We have come forward without any direction. Swami Vivekananda again and again mentions this. The past of the Europe, the past of Australia, the past of other things are different. They did not have any past. You say in the Colombo Talmor lectures he mentions, ask any European, he traces his roots to some bandicoot, to some dacoit, who were painting themselves blue, when here is the Indian Dharma, Sanatana Dharma was evolving into great science and music. And go back to your roots, your greatest great-great-great-great-grandfathers. During the Vedic times till today, they have forgotten. And again, some so-called mustached babies, they say India's past is all useless, waste, superstition, dirty, narrow-mindedness. What way they have understood that India? If you go to Kumbh Mela, you will understand what that India Swamiji was dreaming of. We saw one family long back in one Kumbh Mela who had come from an unknown village in Bihar, which is not available in your map and GPS. Just to participate in the Kumbh Mela for 1 week, they have travelled for 4 months by walk. This is that India. From Rameshwaram they go to Haridwar taking the Indian Ocean Jalam for Abhishekam in Amarnath, in Badrikashrama, in Kedarnath. From there they bring the Ganga to Rameshwaram. This is the spiritual India which Swamiji saw. And we asked that family, poorest, sleeping on the road in the cold climate of Haridwar, because they could not pay hotel charges. They cannot stay in hotel comfort. They brought some cow dung cakes, particular. They have 2 rupees, 5 rupees, they purchase some potato, purchase some atta, make chapati on the road. And what is the water? Ganga Maya ka pani. And we said, you have come all the way 3 months and you will get only 15 seconds to just do this snanam. 15 seconds. Because there is another crowd, another 50,000 is waiting outside. They will be pushing you. You just plunge and get out. For that you are spending so much time and energy. Look at the great Bharata which Swamiji visualized. They said, 15 seconds nahi, 5 seconds be sufficient hai. Bhi Ganga Maiya dekhega humko. Ganga Maiya ki jai. They sacrificed their life for Ganga Maiya. This is that India which Swamiji saw. You cannot remove it in spite of leftist movement, in spite of any other negative movements in the country. India will survive. So one is that radiant Bharata that we have to think about. It's available, plenty of books are available, videos are available, which we should spend some time with our family when we are celebrating 75 years of this great nation, which is nothing. 75 years of independence, nothing. This 5,000 years old nation, just for study purpose. It's Sanatana, Ananta. Yuga Yugas India lives in different names and different forms. You have no right to spoil this country. You have no right to criticize this country because you are a guest only. You are a Atiti only for 50 years or 60 years. You should worship the country and get out. Do your best. Attain moksha. So Swamiji says here, you see. So radiant Bharata is one from Vedic times till 1100 AD. So what is that radiant Bharata? In his own words, in Vivekananda's own words, he says, when the real history of India will be unearthed, it will be proved that as in matters of religion, fine arts, India is the primal guru of the whole world. History itself bears testimony to the fact. All the soul elevating ideas and the different branches of knowledge that exist in the world are found on proper investigation to have their roots in India. Know your past. Know your past. Out of the past is built the future. Look back, therefore, as far as you can. Drink deep of the eternal fountains that behind and after that, look forward. Go back and come forward. Don't stay there only. Look forward. March forward. Make India brighter, greater, much higher than she ever was. That is our responsibility. On our shoulders lies the future of India. And then he says, then only will India awake when hundreds of large-hearted men and women, giving up all desires of enjoying the luxuries of life, will long and exert themselves to their utmost for the well-being of the millions of their countrymen. This is Swamiji's call, Amayantu Brahmacharina Swaha. That Vedic call was given by Sri Ramakrishna and again by Swamiji in Madras. He said, young men of Madras, where are you? Will you respond to the call of the nation? 50 years of India's future is waiting for you. Up India and conquer the world with your spirituality. Can anybody talk like that? Have you seen anybody talking about that India? A sannyasi is talking. He was always with mala. But he says, up India and conquer the world with your spirituality. Are we doing it? Swamiji's disciples did it. Josephine MacLeod did it. Sister Nivedita did it. Sister Christine did it. J.J. Goodwin did it. And out of that fire came freedom. Freedom, freedom, Swaraj, Swaraj, Swaraj. It's not the facts of 75 years or 76 years or 77 years. That is historical, that is time bound, that is limited. Per year we have 365 days. And it is sad, which pains me, which hurts me. In these 365 days, you want to make a happy India, great India, welfare India, and a resurgent India, but we are working only for 160 days. 200 days goes away in vacation. Holidays, holidays, holidays. I don't understand why India needs so many holidays, why you people need so many holidays. Ante holiday, who ante holiday? And all sorts of leaders, political leaders, on their birthday they want holiday. For what? You measure if I am right or wrong. Out of 365 days, 200 days goes away in holidays. 52 Sundays, minus karo. Why Sunday? Why do we need a holiday? We need rest. We don't need a holiday. Body needs little rest. 5 hours, 6 hours sleep. Then come on, utho, jago, aage badho. Swami Vivekananda did not sleep for 6 months. He could not sleep. He said, "Brother, sleep deserted me." His eyelids did not close, it seems. His disciples write. Whole day and night he was writing letters and meetings and lectures and talking to people. There, Sri Ramakrishna, 6 months he did not sleep in the Advaita sadhana. Somebody was coming and shaking him and putting little metukulu in his mouth so that this body will survive. Mother sent some person whom we do not know. And afterwards he disappeared. And here is Swami Vivekananda not sleeping for 6 months. Because the painful letters, the suffering of the people of India could not make him sleep. That's why all these letters which were coming in mail for Swami Vivekananda, Swami Brahmananda and others used to keep those letters and give him after his lunch. Because this man will not eat. He will run away crying. They used to give him after he finishes his little chapati or khichdi. At least let Naren eat. Don't disturb him. But if he comes to know that they have not given the letters, he would go into a rage. He would scold Brahmananda, left, right, center. And there's a funny story. They say, whenever letters come, nobody would be there near Vivekananda's room. Because the first person he sees, he will get maximum scolding. All his pain he will put on him. So what did these direct disciples do? Silently they used to bring Rakhal, Swami Brahmananda and put in front of him. He was the only one who could receive the bullets from Vivekananda. And one day, so unhappy Vivekananda became because there was a news, one poor man died because of starvation in Madhya Pradesh. Swamiji could not tolerate. He shouted, "Rakha, Raja, Raja, Raja." Raja had to come and face the brunt of his pain. It was not anger, it was the heart which was talking. Raja Maharaj could not bear it. It went extreme. He went inside and closed the door and cried. Raja Maharaj, Rakhal Maharaj, Swami Brahmananda cried. Swamiji came to know that he has gone extra. He rushed inside and hugged him, embraced him and said, "Raja, brother, Sri Ramakrishna used to feed you with butter and I am giving you these scoldings. Please excuse me." That was their love. And this Raja says, if you don't scold, who will scold? You are my elder brother. That was their dedication for the nation, which you are enjoying, which I am enjoying today. See what Swamiji says, when hundreds of large-hearted men and women giving up all desires of enjoying their luxuries, their personal comforts, will long and exert themselves to the utmost for the well-being of the millions of their countrymen. So this holiday culture has to change. 52 days, 52 Sundays or vacations. Some companies, Saturdays also. So that means another 52 days gone. And I don't understand, till now I don't understand. What is the second Saturday holiday business? What has second Saturday done to you? Why you want second Saturday holiday? Fourth Saturday holiday? Then everyday holiday band karo. How can you build a great nation when you have second Saturday holiday? I don't understand. What is the connection? Who started this? I want to talk to that fellow. You are taking India backward. See, to build an organization is so much of struggle, so much of pain, so much of labor, so much of sacrifice by the great Sangha Gurus of the Ramakrishna order, from Swami Vivekananda till Swami Smaranananda. Today we have the 16th president of the order who is 94 years and yet he sits in the chair to receive the blessing, pranams of the devotees. We have 93 years, 1 year younger Swami Gautamanji working like an 18-year-old boy, left, right, center into every district, every town in the country at 93 years. We have no rest. We have no holidays. This is the call of the Vedic times. Charaiveti, charaiveti. Rigveda says, march on, aage bado. So in this one limelight, this is in the cyclic process, this Ramakrishna mission was started. The great purpose of the future. Bahujana hitaya, bahujana sukhaya. See the radiant Bharata which Swamiji says. And he says, it doesn't stop there. Let new India rise. Let her emanate out of the peasant's cottage, grasping the plough, out of the huts of the fisherman, the cobbler and the sweeper. Let her emanate from the factory, from marts and from markets, and from groves and forests, from hills and mountains. Let new India rise. Navabharata Nirmanam. Not the buildings, not the infrastructures, but a new India from inside should come. Like a sphinx, India is rising time and again, the radiant Bharata. What is that radiant Bharata consisting of? The Vedic age, the Upanishads, the Karma Kanda and the Gnana Kanda, which was spread all over from Jammu Kashmir till Kanyakumari. Then we had the Mauryan Empire, invasions of the Parthians and the Sakas and the Kushans and the Sangha dynasty. Vedic religion was disrupted because of these invasions. They lost that morale, they lost that Shakti, lost that Brahmacharya. Then other side of India, we had the Shatavahana, the Cholas, the Cheras, the Pandyas, the Sangam period in Tamil Nadu. Then the radiant period, you see, Gupta Empire, invasion of the Huns, Nalanda University, Vakkatakas in Karnataka, Kadambas, the Pallavas, the Chalukyas, Rashtrakutas, Kakatiyas. They had their own traditions, they had their own kingdoms to protect and to survive. And the second India comes. What is that second India? The resilient Bharata. From Muhammad Ghori, Muhammad Ghazni, till 1857. Time and again there was this power which was pushing them back. Otherwise we would have lost everything. The 11th century onwards is resilient Bharata. What does it do? Whom we had famous? We had the Vijayanagara Empire. Then we had the Rajputs, who are resisting the invasion of the Mughals, Aurangzeb and others. Then we had the Marathas, Akbar's enemies at every time, till Golconda. Go back to history, not for textbook, not as information. You have to study with Swamiji's eyes. What is that resilience that our kings and soldiers showed? Women were showed, whether it was Kittur Chennamma or whether it was Rani of Jhansi and others. How much they opposed, how much they sacrificed. Then at present, from 16th century onwards, is the resurgent Bharata. A new India woke till the present time, till 2022. Now is resurgent time. Into this resurgent times, we are entering into the story of Ramakrishna mission. It's not just a history. History is facts, history is jump dates. But the story involves something else. These are all facts of life. What does the story do? It deals with the inner dynamics of the country. It deals with the unfolding of truth, a power through men and their institutions. Unfortunately, apart from these three great Indias that we are locked up in, we are not thinking of the radiant India. In Madras, Swamiji was so bold to say, you are not Hindus, go back to the Upanishads. You have forgotten the truths of the Upanishads. In every house there should be an Upanishad. Directly or indirectly you are connected with the Upanishad, but we do not know. Somewhere we miss the bus, we miss the music. But see Swamiji's life. Who gave him that strength? Who gave him that courage? Who gave him that dignity? It was his father and mother. More of Mother Bhuvaneshwari Devi. When Swami Vivekananda was asked, who is your mother? What is your paternity? What is your background? In Madras, in America lectures, Detroit lectures, Women of India and other lectures, he says, I am blessed to be born to that mother who prayed to Lord Mahadeva for 12 years. I am born to her. My mother was a Maharani, he says. Swamiji used to admire his mother's walk. Walking in the verandas of the ancestral home of Swamiji, which is protected by the Ramakrishna mission now. This young lad, Narendra, 7th standard, used to walk. What a walk my mother has. What purity. What grace. White saree, and she was so tall and fair complexion. Putting that red bottu on her forehead after her puja, and with her veil she is walking from one corner to the another, dictating and guiding the entire household, joint family. Swamiji says that pallu, that last corner of her sari is going like a Maharani, upright. Swamiji says, my mother was so like a Maharani, regal walk of my mother. And people used to admire the walk of Swami Vivekananda in America. He was like a lion walking, like king walking. Romarola says, when the king is walking, all the people used to come aside and do namaskaram to him. They cannot but go back without offering their pranam. And Swamiji says, my walk is my mother's walk. His mother told, Naren, be truthful in life. That was his Maha Mantra. He maintained that till the last. Be truthful. And do not be surprised at anything. It's a deep psychological statement. Don't be surprised at anything. Ascharya padattu. You will see many things in life. You will see good and bad. No surprise. You see sandalwood, you see cow dung. No surprise. You see darkness and night. It is nature. Don't be surprised. Good and bad people are there. Don't be surprised. The Swamiji learned this at the feet of his mother. And he says in the evenings, after her household work, Bhuvaneshwari Devi is teaching Ramayana. People, 40, 50 ladies used to come and sit around Bhuvaneshwari Devi. She became their guru in the evenings. And Swamiji used to sit and watch his mother teaching. That was that great parenthood of India. So in that way, this radiant India, resilient India, resurgent India, we have to think about. Go back to the history books based on Swamiji's faith. So in that period of 19th century, which we will be going now into next Sunday, more and people should know. Hardly I find people know about these truths of Ramakrishna mission, the underlying truth. You know only Hyderabad center or Kadapa center or America center. What is the undercurrent? What is the power? What is the process? What is the vision in which all of you should participate from today? Otherwise, Swamiji's vision is unfulfilled. We lose the opportunity. We lose the privilege to serve Swamiji. Finally, I end with, since we are the threshold of the 76th Independence Day, tomorrow we have a Antar Yogam here in the morning. So he says here, first time somebody is listening to Swami Vivekananda in America, seeing the newspapers, Hindu monk is speaking on Indian culture, 200 Americans are sitting. That time no NRIs, only Americans only are sitting, and Swamiji is speaking about India. There was this lady from Germany who migrated to America for a job, and her name was Christine Greenstedel. She is sitting in the front row, first time. Who he is, they know. What is the subject matter, they don't know. He is alien, a Hindu monk it seems. All right, let us go. Along with her friend she went. And what happened there? Mesmerized, hypnotized and totally transformed within that 1 hour. And she says, our love for India came to birth, I think, when we first heard him, Swami Vivekananda, say the word India in that marvelous voice of his. Clean, bold. Oh yeah, life is transformed. I read it 500 times, still I don't understand how he might have told. These are just words for us. This is just an anubhavam. third hand Anubhavam, where she says, first time we've heard the word India, in that marvelous voice of his, our life changed. Has you seen anybody talking like that among the so-called leaders today? Then it continues, it doesn't stop there. She goes into that flow. It seems incredible that so much could have been put into one small word of 5 letters. INDIA. ఏముందండి దాంట్లో? ఇండియా 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 అని మనకు మాట్లాడుతూ ఉంటాం జోక్గా. It seems incredible that so much could have been put into that small word of 5 letters. There was love, passion, pride, longing, adoration, tragedy, chivalry, and again love. Bharata, India. At that time they had to use India because British Raj and Apapracharam was going on. Swamiji used the word India. Whole volumes could not have produced such a feeling in others. It had the magic power of creating love in those who heard it. Ever after, India became the land of heart's desire. Everything concerning her became of interest, became living. Her people, her history, architecture, manners, customs, rivers, mountains, plains, culture, great spiritual concepts, her scriptures. And so began a new life, a life of study and a life of meditation. The center of interest was shifted from America to India. And she traveled 8,000 kilometers to work with Sister Nivedita in the streets of Calcutta to start a small school. Because Swamiji said, Indian women need education. That's how Ramakrishna mission started, in small bits, but it came as a flood through Swami Vivekananda, which we shall go into study in the next few classes. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu.